Click the link below for a 30-day free trial of Audible. Sukuna Nation! Wagwan. Oh my god. Now listen. Come close. Y'all know I have been absolutely adoring the past 30 chapters we've been getting of Jujutsu Kaisen, my favorite shonen at the moment. Because my favorite villain in all of shonen at the moment is absolutely on a tear. Yo, son, I had a video recorded that I recorded at like 2 a.m. last night. I'm scrapping it. I'm making this one instead. Bro, oh my god. Real quick pause on this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. Are you looking for something fashionable and affordable to wear anime related these days? Are you looking for an anime inspired t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat, or even like lights or anything of that nature? Well, boy, I tell you, head on over to animeexpressstore.com and oh yeah, they'll hook you up over there. I actually just copped one of these Megami t-shirts. This thing's actually fire. I'm actually so excited to get it. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a special announcement for y'all. Go ahead at your next checkout, hit code Daffy10 for 10% off your next purchase, man. Oh yeah, we sponsored now, so I can curse in this bitch. Yeah! Remember, Daffy10, DAFFY10 for 10% off on your next purchase, man. People, during the Gojo and Sukuna fight, there's this weird turn towards Sukuna, right? And possibly, in my opinion, I believe it was because of the Gojo stand. As soon as Gojo actually had his face-off against Sukuna, the Gojo stands, obviously, they wanted their, their blue-eyed, white-haired Superman to win. And I get it. It's fair, right? I made that video. It's all fun and games. There's never going to be another fight like that. But before that, Sukuna obviously was feared and respected in the JJK community. But then we had this niche little subsection of the Sukuna stands, which, I lead, by the way, Sukuna Nation. How y'all doing? And we held strong. There was definitely some low times, I will tell you, absolutely, during that Gojo and Sukuna fight. I might have lost my faith a little bit. You have no proof that I doubted my goat ever, but we prevailed, right? Satoru Gojo packed up, Hajime Kashimo packed up, Higurum packed up, Yuta on the way, send the ambulance, Yuji killed over, kneeled up, and we just look at what this man has been doing for the past however many chapters, dog. You want to talk about aura? You want to talk about stage presence? This is what I like to see, bro. This is how you make an antagonist shine. You give them bodies. You make them the face of the consequence in the story. This is the shit that I live for, bro. You wanna know why All For One is a bum ass? You wanna know why All For One just sucks balls, asshole? It's because he got beat by an edgy 16-year-old by accidentally referring himself to a baby. Now tell me, does anyone think that was gonna happen to All For One? Did anyone think that All For One, who by the way got beaten by a nerfed All Might by the last little bit of One For All in his body, so All For One was already a chump. I'm not even gonna lie, this could never happen to Sukuna ever. We go from this to All For One reverting and getting his young body back to then struggling with a Bakugo who had his heart pierced and then by some Disney magic got it stitched up because explosion in his heart jump started. Come on, dog, that butt, absolute boo-boo butt cheeks. Even look at somebody like Innocent Zero, dog, like in Mashal. Like, bro, that dude's a chump for a whole different slew of reasons. But even like in his entrance to the latest episode of the anime, like with that panel where he has his face like completely blank, it was super menacing in the manga, but either due to budgetary restraints or directional input, it just fell super flat and it just came out looking weird. But every time this man Sukuna pops up, it is a show from start to finish. Dude, anime onlys were like pissing themselves as soon as he came out in Shibuya and he like pulled his hair back and he like killed those two girls that Geto was in charge of. Bro, I don't understand the hate, bro. I really don't. Like, you gotta understand, nothing that this man does is inefficient or it's just a waste of energy. People gotta understand that Sukuna sees himself as a carnivorous beast. I'm gonna make a separate video talk about his mindset in the future here nearly, but people are like, oh my god, it's Sukuna, he used my Haraga, oh my god, Sukuna, he had to jump Gojo in a 3v1. You gotta understand something, is that Sukuna will use anything to his advantage, and that everything is just fair game. It's kind of like them niggas in Baki, like how like they're always going for nut shots, or like they're peeing on each other, like it's just like crazy stuff, but like it's a fight, it's fair game. Who cares? If I'm looking to duel you and I'm looking to beat you, I'm gonna use whatever I have at my disposal, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to win. Now, obviously, we know that Sukuna has at least some level of honor. I mean, he even was shown to congratulate people if they impressed him enough, or, you know, they lasted long enough. He has the, you know, stand proud, you're strong moment with Jogo. He has with Gojo, you know, that significant, that amazing panel of you were magnificent, Setro Gojo. I'll never forget you as long as I live. Things like that gives him a certain layer of depth. He's not just this power hungry beast, but he is a person, right? He still has ideals, and even the very ideals that he has, it directly contrasts with the protagonist in an interesting way. That's why he hates Yuji so much. That's why he's a D1 Yuji hater. Bro, he was even throwing shots at Yuji during this fight. Like, he was complimenting Maki, saying that like Maki actually threw it all away as opposed to Yuji, who just half-asses everything. Dude, Yuji's not even here. Yuji's like crumpled on the ground trying to breathe. Why? What did he even do? Sukuna really has this hatred and disdain for Yuji because he has an unbreakable soul. I don't like the ideal translation that the official Viz translation had. I really actually like the TCB scans. You know, he has the unbreakable soul. No matter how many times I beat and break him down, he will come back to get me. And it infuriates him. It agitates him. And then, forgetting all that, we come to the latest chapter where Maki is squaring off against Sukuna. And I even said this last video, right? I even said that Maki's not going to last like a super long time against Sukuna, because obviously he was revered as a deity. Like, you all know that, like, she's not really built for these like up close and personal fights with someone of this scale, right? Dog, I mean, his birth was revered as a calamity upon the earth. Like, this man's very existence was like Yujiro Hanma levels, like ×2. Like, come on, dog. Someone with this amount of tech at their disposal, as far as like all these different techniques and all that, she's not really built for it. Yuji, her, and Toji are built more for like assassination missions, or like surprise attacks, sneak attacks, and all that kind of stuff. Now, granted, she does have a slight advantage in the fact that she can see the world slashes, but Sukuna is cunning, right? He's sneaky. He has all these years of experience. So like, even in last chapter, where throughout all the rubble, he was able to sneak in the chance so she didn't hear them properly. Or even in here, where he's actually using a car falling down to obscure her vision. This, dude, the battle IQ, I absolutely love it. And listen, man, I gotta give it to my girl Maki. I mean, she's doing what she can. She's lasting as long as she can. She's trying to play smart. I'm not sure if she's trying to play for time, but it appears that way, because there's no way that Maki can hit a killing blow on Sukuna. I truly don't think so. Like, currently a lot of their big heavy hitters are down or out. Yuta currently is down. I believe he has to get healed by Shoko. I don't think he's dead. There's no way. Gojo is dead. Higuruma is dead. We don't really know what Shoko is going to do. I don't know if they're gonna, I don't know, do something with like Kenjaku's ability to like take over bodies or something. I have no idea. That literally could go any direction. And Takaba, I believe, is alive. I don't think he's dead. Kenjaku didn't kill him. Actually, dude, is Takaba gonna show up at the end of this? Oh my god, dude, Takaba showed up at this fight. Actually, no, he's probably gonna show up in Hikari's fight. That would probably make the most sense to me. I can see that. I see the vision. Like, Arame's like serious demeanor. Like, Hikari's like a little aloof, but Ryomen versus Takaba would actually be pretty funny. I would actually be pretty entertained by that. And hold on, before we go any further talking about Maki and Sukuna real quick, we gotta talk about this first page, dog. We have the first page, and the question is, who's the strongest first grade sorcerer? So we have Mei, who says Kusakabe. We have Anonymous, who says depends on the situation, but it's probably Kusakabe. And then we have Gojo saying it's probably Kusakabe, but it's a different story for including the three big clans. Now, again, if you know the three big clans, we're talking about the Gojo, Zenin, and Kamo clan. But here's the thing. But Kusakabe is literally just like a blank slate, and he doesn't have like the 6 eyes. He doesn't have like Mei's Crows. He doesn't have any intrinsic techniques. He has things like domain amplification or like curse energy amplification with like weapons and things like that. That's why he's so proficient with the new shadow style, because it's something anybody can do, like such as Miwa. So I think it's a little startling because Gojo is saying this over Nanami. Now, if you were to ask me who the strongest grade 1 sorcerer was, I'd probably say it's Nanami, only because the 7-3 ratio technique is pretty devastating if put into the right hands. I definitely wouldn't say it's Mei. Mei is too dependent on, you know, Ui, and Todo is more of a support character. But the fact that all 3 of these other people said Kusakabe makes me think Kusakabe's got some shit, bro. Like, we're talking about the same person who straight up deflected a Uzumaki. The same thing that Yuta had a whole beam struggle clash with, and like, granted, obliterated or almost obliterated Geto at the time, but we just know that Kusakabe used a simple domain and that's it, or we didn't really even see it. So I have no idea what Kusakabe is able to do, but I do like how Gege has slowly built up Kusakabe's prowess over the time. Now, we obviously know that Kusakabe is the smarts, he's the brains, obviously, of this whole operation because he's in charge of these kids. And we also know that he's like super averse to ever getting on the front line. But we even have in Shibuya where there was those group of sorcerers who I believe were grade 1 or 2. And Kusakabe was kind of like, Kusakabe was basically like snickering to himself, like, oh, I can probably mess with these guys for a little bit and not have to fight anybody. But we got to talk about, we got to get back to these GOAT talks real quick. We go from Sukuna talking about how, number one, how he basically he's like, you know what, everybody else I fought to this point, I don't really care about. But this, the one who actually threw it all away, let's see. Is it physical prowess or jujutsu that wins at the end of the day? I'm curious. I want to see something. And Sukuna hits Maki with a Kokusen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Joe, and then we get this panel of Sukuna looking like Asura from Asura's Wrath, bro, with the super harsh shadows, the fist still streaking with the black flash. Oh my God, Gege treated me well this week. If you want to talk about hashtag real villainy, if you want to talk about hashtag real GOAT status, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. This is the shit I like to see. You want to know how you make a villain? You make them get things done, bro. This is why I don't respect All For One. This is why I barely respect Shigaraki. I mean, I like Makima. I do. But you know, this is why I really don't respect Innocent Zero, because, bro, I'm telling you, this is the stuff I'm talking about. And let me tell you something right now, is a lot of these Gojo stands hate on my GOAT Sukuna, because even last chapter they were like, oh my God, dude, Sukuna, he's making his heart beat with curse energy. I'm telling you, like I said last video, if Gojo were to do this, people will be jumping up and down, peeing themselves. Oh my God, Gojo's the GOAT. I can't believe he did this. Listen, the hate is unwarranted. There is no place for it. Do you realize how scary it is that Sukuna was so locked in on fighting Maki that he hit a black flash on her, but he didn't hit a black flash on Gojo? Does that tell you how disinterested he was, generally speaking, throughout that fight? I'm not saying he was bored, but bro, like, Gojo hit a black flash, what, 3-4 times throughout his fight with Mahoraga, Agito, and Sukuna? Sukuna didn't hit one time. And Sukuna is at currently 120% of his potential. And it's interesting because Maki does say at one point that he's not healing his wounds. So maybe it's some damage from the Dragon Bone Blade or the Soul Spin Katana. I don't know. But man, this is just crazy, dog. So next week, or I'm sorry, not next week, because, you know, Gege is a domestic terrorist. We have Kusakabe versus Sukuna. Now, do I think this Kusakabe is going to do a whole lot to Sukuna? I have no idea, because like I said, dude, if Kusakabe can straight up parry a Uzumaki, who's to say Kusakabe can't parry a I have no idea where this fight's gonna go. I'm assuming that Yuji is gonna pop up at the end of the chapter and possibly sneak Sukuna. Also, I have no idea what Ino was thinking at the end of this fight. Dude, Sukuna at no point has actually put his hands on Ino. He's literally just put his big size 16 feet on him every time he's seen him. And it's so funny. Bro, the disrespect. This man ain't gonna put his hands on you. He's gonna put the soles of his feet on you. That's tough, bro. That's tough. I'm actually being so serious. I might make this my wallpaper, like with this little like shadow thing of Sukuna standing. Oh my God, that's hot. I just don't understand the Sukuna hate, bro. I don't think I can, and I never will. It's just like, dude, every time we see this man on screen, we get a show. We look at season 2. Look at season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen and look at the best fights in that season. People say Jogo versus Sukuna. They say Choso versus Yuji, and then they say Sukuna versus Mahoraga. Now, obviously, Mahito versus Yuji, like, you know, the last part is in there as well. But like, as far as like an animation spectacle and things that they're allowed to do with the crazy powers that Sukuna and Mahoraga have, as well as Jogo, hey, they're just, I'm telling you, man, we're witnessing generational greatness at my disposal. So listen, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Let me know what you guys think about this latest chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, because this is my sorcery fight. I don't know about you guys, but also, don't worry about Maki being dead. I doubt she's dead. Oh my God, bro. Dog, when these chapters were coming out live, I sent a screenshot to our group chat, and look what Starface said about Kusakabe, bro. It's me, boy, Daten, guys. Thank you guys for joining me on this video. Make sure you leave a like in the video, subscribe, but I will see you in the next video. Now, make sure you take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Peace.